Good evening. This is Mark D'Amico, Chief Officer of K-12 Curriculum and Leadership for the Greenwich Public Schools. I'd like to take a few minutes of your time to provide you with a brief review of our 2024-2025 assessment calendar. We have a couple of minor adjustments to highlight. Let's begin with our guiding principles. I begin with a simple reminder of the district's approach to assessment and our guiding principles. It is important to emphasize that teachers and administrators use assessment as a tool to drive instruction and support student growth. A few key points. 1. Assessment is an ongoing process that reflects the vision set forth in the district's strategic plan. 2. The assessment process is used to make decisions about instruction, summative grade reporting, and eligibility for intervention and enrichment support. 3. Assessment informs educators, parents, and students regarding overall academic progress. In the 2024-25 assessment calendar, we have made a few changes to reduce testing redundancy, student testing fatigue, and allowing teachers to better use the data received to inform instruction. The first change is the removal of Benchmark A. Historically, students completed a beginning of the year assessment called Benchmark A in both ELA and math for grades 3 through 8. This assessment served as a pretest, and although it provided a benchmark for what the students would be learning for the year, it provided little actionable data to inform instruction. Moving forward, this particular assessment will be eliminated. In place of Benchmark A assessment, GPS will use the first few weeks of school to administer the end-of-year assessment from the previous grade level, called Benchmark C. This assessment will now serve as data to inform instruction and to identify gaps that may need remediation. We will continue to administer Benchmark B in January. This mid-year assessment monitors student progress towards grade level mastery of standards, predicts achievement on state assessments, and serves as additional data to inform instruction and make necessary adjustments. Finally, the elimination of benchmark assessments in June. With the expedited availability of preliminary SBA scores, essential performance data can be reviewed earlier and used to make placement decisions, thus removing the need for this now redundant assessment after the state tests are administered. And our last shift is an addition of K-5 social studies unit assessments. As the Connecticut State Department of Education adopted a new K-12 social studies framework in October 2023, Greenwich Public Schools modified the curriculum to meet the requirements of the new standards. The updated assessment calendars now include unit summative assessments for K-5 social studies. The assessments are inquiry-based and include opportunities for students to practice and refine skills in the 4 dimensions. 1, developing questions and planning inquiry. 2, applying disciplinary concepts and tools. 3, evaluating sources and using evidence. And 4, communicating conclusions. The next few slides will show sample assessment calendars for students in kindergarten, grade 3, grade 5, grade 7, and our 9-12 students. The accompanying document includes charts for every grade level, which can also be found on the district's assessment website. Here is the Grade K assessment calendar. Next up, Grade 3. Here is our Grade 5 calendar. And transitioning to middle school, here is a look at the Grade 7 assessment calendar. And finally, here is the table of required assessments for high school students. I end this evening with a resource to bookmark for future use. The table shown here is also attached in the written report. Outlined is the contact information for each academic coordinator, as well as additional central office and GHS staff members. Thank you for taking the time to listen and view this update.